Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I'm your instructor, Richard Rost. Got a good one today, folks. We're going to make account statements. We're going to make a statement for your check register or whatever account you might have going on. And we're going to learn how to separate it, just like you see when your checking account statements come and they've got credits separated from debits, right? Credits at the top with a little total, and then debits at the bottom in a different section with a little total. And we'll total them all up, and that's an account statement. Today's question comes from Kevin in Glasgow, Kentucky, one of my silver members. And to paraphrase, Kevin says, I need to create weekly and monthly account statements. They need to have deposits at the top and issue checks at the bottom with a total for each. How can I create this and separate the two areas? Well, Kevin, that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. It's easy to put together a statement, right? I've covered several different videos on that, but separating them into credits and debits, well, that's a little trickier, but it's not something we can't handle. Now, there's a couple ways you can do this. One way is to use a sub-report, and I cover sub-reports in Access Expert 9, I think. But you can also do it with a grouping level, which is my preferred method. So, let's talk about some prerequisites first. This is going to be an expert level class, which means you don't need any VBA programming to do this, but it's a little bit beyond the basics. Now, the database that I'm going to use for this video is the one that we built in the check register video. So go watch this if you haven't already and build that database. Unless you're a gold member, in which case you can download the database from that page, so go get a copy. And like I said, we're going to use grouping levels to create the credits and debits sections, so go watch this video too. These are both free videos. They're on my website. They're on my YouTube channel. Go watch them, and then come on back. Oh, one more, and if you don't know how to use the if function, the immediate if function, go watch this too. This one's going to be important. All right, since I am a gold member on my own website, I'm going to go grab a copy of the template from this video, and I'll save it on my desktop and open her up. Now, this database is actually about 4 years old. It predates the TechHelp free template, so you won't find a lot of the stuff like the main menu in here if you've been following along with my videos these past couple years. But that's okay. We're going to actually steal the main menu from the other database in just a few minutes. But let's go ahead and see what we got to do today. All right, here we got a check register table. And in this database, it's got ID, check number, a check date. Now, these can be any transaction. They don't have to be checks. Since this was a check register database, I did check number and check date. But that's the date of the transaction and whatever identifier you want to put on it. That's fine. A description, whether it's cleared or not. Debits and credits, I decided to track as two separate fields. That's fine, too. You can easily put them together later. It's also just as valid to put an amount field and put a negative value for debits. Whichever way you want to handle it's fine. This is just how I happen to handle this particular database. Now, the form is that. It's pretty straightforward. There's also a check register report that comes with it. Now, the hard part is separate. We're going to basically take this report and separate it out. So debits are in one section and credits are in another. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a query, and the query is going to group them together using an if function. All right, so let's close these down, and let's go create a query where we can group these things. So let's go to Create, Query Design. I'm going to bring in my check register T. Close that. Now I'm just going to bring all the fields in. And the first thing I want to do is I'm going to create a header for my different sections, whether it's credits or debits, right? Let me zoom in so you can see this. And let me fix my window here. All right, we're going to call this thing the title. And it's going to be if. Now, how do I tell if it's a credit or a debit? Well, look at either one of the fields. You should only have a value in one of those two fields. You should have a 0 in one field, credit or debit, and then a value in the other field. So we'll just look at credit. So if credit is greater than 0, then this is going to be credits. This will be the credits section header, right? Otherwise, it's debits. Okay? And yeah, if you're worried about it, you could program in other logic to make sure that there's a value in one of those two fields, right? Only one can be 0 and the other one has to have a non-zero value. That could be done with validation rules. There's all kinds of things you can do, but we're assuming that this is how the database is set up. Okay? Okay. So now if I run this, I can see which ones are debits and which ones are credits. And that will make a nice grouping level, right? Okay. Now, one more thing I also need is, this is in two separate fields here. I want to put this in one field, right? So I have a simple amount field for whatever section I happen to be in. We can also do that with an if function. I'm going to copy this one, copy, paste it over here, and I'll zoom in, Shift F2, right? And we'll just make this say amount. Okay, now if credit is greater than 0, then this value here should be the credit value. Otherwise, it should be the debit value. Right? That'll be the amount of the transaction, whether it's a credit or a debit. See? That 1,000 from the credits go here. This one, the debit, goes here. See? Nice and simple. Now I got one field to worry about in my report because it's going to be in two separate sections. Right? All right, let's save this bad boy as check, credit, debit, Q. Okay, now we have a query on which to build our separated statement report. Let's close this, and let's go and copy this report here. We'll just make a copy of this guy. Copy, paste, Control-C, Control-V. We'll call this the check, credit, debit, R. And let's go and design this guy, design view. First thing I'm going to do is change where he gets his value from. So double click here, and we got a little thingy here. What does it say? Oh yeah, the report width is greater than the page width. This comes up a lot. Basically, you just got to make sure that this doesn't go past like whatever your margins are set. I talk about this in a million other videos. We're going to fix this in a minute. For now, let's make this go to the other query. So we're going to get our values from check, credit, debit, Q, that query that we just made. Okay. Now in here, I don't care about seeing the running balance. Get rid of that. What else don't I care about? I don't care about the cleared amount. Now, if you only want to see cleared transactions on this statement, you could very easily put that in here if you want. Okay, just add is cleared to this query, uncheck it so you don't get two of them, and then make the criteria here true. Now, this statement will only show cleared transactions. That's up to you. In fact, I think I'm going to leave it like that. I like that. All right, now if you run this, you're only going to see cleared transactions. Okay, if you want to see both, that's fine too. But if you want to, if the purposes of this is you want to compare it with your bank statement, you obviously only want to see the cleared stuff. So completely your choice. Do whatever you want to do. All right. So likewise in here, I don't need that cleared checkbox like that. All right, we can make this a little bit shorter. We can bring this in, which will get rid of that margin width problem. And how am I set up here? Let's see. We're going to be portrait. That's it. Okay, that's fine. The other one, I think I had meant to make it landscape. Like I said, it's 4 years old, folks. I don't even remember making this database. That's why a lot of times you guys send, like I've been putting stuff on YouTube since what, 2008? You guys send me questions about my older, so I'm like, I got to rewatch the video. No, I don't remember making that. All right, so let's see what this looks like. Save it, close it. Let's right click and open it and print preview. I know it's below the bottom of the screen there, but you get the point. Okay. All right, looks pretty good. Okay, this is just the cleared transactions. Now we got to separate them between credits and debits. Okay, so we'll do that with some grouping levels, or a grouping level and a sorting level. All right, so group and sorts right here under report design. We're going to add a group. We're going to group it on title. Look, it's on just slightly down below the list there. Title. Group it on title. Okay, I do want a header section and a footer section, so we're going to drop this down and say with the footer section. Okay, so now I've got a title header and a title footer. And in addition to that, I also want to add a sorting level. I want to sort by check date underneath the title. So you're going to get all your credits up here and then sorted by date. Then all your debits, and then those will be sorted by date as well. If you don't specify a sorting level, it'll just be sorted whatever random order that Access decides to give them to you. Usually it's whatever order they were added to the table, but not necessarily. Okay. So we are done with this grouping level. Remember, click this guy up here to close the pane, not that. That guy right there deletes that level, which we don't want to do. Just click that to close that sorting up. Okay. So now, in the title header, make that a little bit bigger, the title header section, this goes above each of those groups. This is the group for the title. We're going to add a field. What are we going to add? The title right there. Okay, get rid of the label that comes in with it. And I'm going to take this title and make it really big. Like, big. Not like crazy, stupid big, but maybe like 26 point and then bold, right? It's going to say credits or debits. So save it. Let's see what we got. Right click, print preview. Oh yeah, okay, looking good, looking good. There's all my credits. There's all my debits. Some formatting to do. The next thing, let's get rid of the borders around this. We'll get rid of this stupid gray background here. Remember, we turned the alternating colors off for some of the sections, but not for the new section we just created, the group level. All right, so right click. Design view. Let's pick this guy. Let's go formatting, shape outline, transparent. Click on this, double click on it. Go to format. Alternate back color is nothing. This guy down here, title footer, nothing. Okay. Yeah, I know my phone's going off in the background. Ignore that. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain, folks. All right, let's see what we got now. Right click, print preview. Looking better, looking better. Now I left a little bit of a gap here. Why? Well, because this is up in the page header, right? I don't want that there. Let's put it down here in the new group section, right? Design view. I'm going to take you, snip, Control X. We don't really need a page header unless you want to put something up there. Paste it down here, and then click and drag and line them up right there. If you want to put a line in here, that's fine too. Right? I like to make room before I put a line in. Find the line tool, which looks like a chart, but it's a line tool. Drag it right there and drop it. Perfect. A little bit to the left. Looks good, looks good. Slide this up. And now save it, close it, right click, preview. Woohoo! It's getting there. Starting to look sexy. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see. Now, a couple things we got to change still. These totals down here aren't right because it's still just adding all this up. We'll fix that. We'll put some title across the top here. And most importantly, we need a way to limit the dates in here. Because right now we're just getting everything. So we need to be able to throw some kind of a criteria in here that says, I only want to see this month or this week. That's what Kevin's looking for, right? Monthly and weekly accounts. So we'll do that too. And we'll do that in tomorrow's video. So tune in tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. Or if you remember, you can watch it right now because I'm going to record it right now. But that is going to be your tech help video for today. I hope you learned something. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you tomorrow for part 2. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and post any comments you may have below. I do try to read and answer all of them as soon as I can. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, which is completely free. Click the bell icon and select all to receive notifications when new videos are posted. Want to learn more? Click the Show More link below the video to find additional resources and links. YouTube does a pretty good job of hiding it. It's right down there. See this part of the description here, right? The name, the video's up here. There's a little Show More down there, right down the bottom. It's kind of hard to find. But once you click on that, you'll see a list of other videos, additional information related to the current topic, free lessons, and lots more. And YouTube no longer sends out email notifications when new videos are posted like they used to do. But if you'd like to get an email every time I post a new video, click on the link to join my mailing list. And you can pick how frequently to get emails from me, either as they happen, daily, weekly, or monthly. Now, if you'd like to become a paid member of my channel and receive all kinds of awesome perks, click on the Join button. You'll see a list of all the different membership levels that are available, each with its own special perks, including my extended cut videos, access to my code vault, lots of VBA source code in there, template downloads, and lots more. I'll talk more about these perks at the end of the video. Even if you don't want to commit to becoming a paid member and you'd like to help support my work, please feel free to click on the tip jar link. Your patronage is greatly appreciated and will help keep these free videos coming. I got some puppies to feed. But don't worry, no matter what, these free tech help videos are going to keep coming. As long as you keep watching them, I'll keep making more, and they'll always be free. Now, if you really want to learn Access and you haven't tried my free Access Level 1 course, check it out now. It covers all the basics of Microsoft Access, including building forms, queries, reports, and more. It's over 4 hours long. You can find it on my website or on my YouTube channel. I'll put a link down below you can click on. And did I mention it's completely free? The whole thing, free, 4 hours. Go watch it. And okay, a lot of you have told me that you don't have time to sit through a 4-hour course. So I do now have a quicker Microsoft Access for Beginners video that covers all the basics faster in about 30 minutes. And no, I didn't just put the video on fast forward. But I'll put a link to this down below as well. Now, if you like level 1, level 2 is just $1. That's it, $1. And that's another whole 90-minute course. Level 2 is also free for paid members of any level, including supporters. So if you're a member, go watch level 2. It's free. Okay, want to get your question answered in a video just like this one? Visit my Tech Help page and send me your question there. Members get priority, of course. While I do try to read and respond to all of the comments posted below in the comments section, I only have time to go through them briefly a couple of times a month, and sometimes I get thousands of them. So send me your question here on the Tech Help page, and you'll have a better chance of getting it answered. And while you're on my website, be sure to stop by my Access forum. We've got lots of lively conversations about Microsoft Access and other topics. I have a fantastic group of moderators who help me answer questions. Shout out to Alex, Kevin, Scott, Adam, John, Dan, Juan, and everybody else who helps out on the site. I appreciate everything you do. I couldn't do it without you. Be sure to follow my blog, find me on Twitter, and of course on YouTube. Yeah, I'm on Facebook too, but I don't like Facebook. Don't get me started. Now, let's talk more about those member perks if you do decide to join as a paid member. There are different levels: silver, gold, platinum, and diamond. Silver members and up get access to all of my extended cut TechHelp videos, one free beginner class every month, and some other perks. Gold members get all the previous perks, plus access to download the sample databases that I build in my TechHelp videos, plus access to my code vault where I keep tons of different functions that I use, the code that I build in most of the videos. You'll also get higher priority if you do submit any TechHelp questions. Now, answers are never guaranteed, but you do go higher in the list for me to read them. And if I like your question, you got a good chance of it being answered. You'll also get one free expert level class each month after you've finished the beginner series. Platinum members get all the previous perks plus even higher priority for TechHelp questions. You get access to all of my full beginner level courses for every subject. And I cover lots of different subjects like Word, Excel, VBA, ASP, lots of different stuff, not just Access. These are the full-length courses found on my website. You get all the beginner ones. In addition, once you finish the expert classes, you get one free developer class per month. So lots of training. And finally, you can also become a Diamond sponsor. You'll have your name or your company name listed on a sponsors page that will be shown on each video as long as you're a sponsor. You'll get a shout out in the video and a link to your website or product in the text below the video and on my website. So that's it. Once again, my name is Richard Rost. Thank you for watching this video brought to you by accesslearningzone.com. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something today. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you again soon.